Hey there! Today we're going to create a silhouette portrait using Affinity Designer version 2. Before we can start, you will need an image as the reference. Keep in mind, you need a profile image from the side, like the one I got here. I select 3 images, and I think I will go with the first one, so I can just delete those 2. And I will make the first one a bit larger to cover my whole artboard. This is A4 artboard, so I'll make it a bit too large. That's fine. Position at the center of the artboard, and now I can lock this layer by clicking this lock icon in the layer panel. This way I cannot move this reference layer by mistake. Alright, that's fine. Let's zoom in. So Command plus or Control plus, and here we are. If you search for a tutorial how to make a portrait like this, contour portrait, you will see many pen tool masters just clicking bam 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 bam, and it's done in like 3 minutes, and we are like, oh, I cannot do it, I'm not that good with pen tool. That's why today I'm not going to use pen tool at all, okay? I'm going to show you another technique, alternative technique to using pen tool. So if you are not a pen tool lover, you can try like that. Make a shape. I will go with rectangle. Alright, for now I'll keep it white, and I will get rid of the stroke and reduce opacity just slightly. Alright, 60% should do. Keep in mind you can modify the color of this shape to better contrast with your image. Alright, so that's my shape, and this will be our sculpture here. So almost like a vector sculpture. We can use a block of marble, and then we'll try to turn it into the actual shape that we got beneath. Okay, so reposition this to touch the edge of the actual image you want to get out of it. Something like this in my case. Perfect. I'm ready to convert this shape to be a curves. Click here, convert to curves. And from now on, we are free to add more points. I know that I need a point over here at the top. Then I can reduce this point all the way to here. Add a new point here. It must be somewhere here probably. And now we kind of moving some of those points to match our shape a bit better. Not perfect just yet, don't need to freak out. We just need to establish some key points. Stop that going in and out, curving this nice shape. This will be probably somewhere here. Alright, I got this open area here in between, so I need to take care of that as well. So I need to open up this area. Alright, one more here for sure. And now, without using any pen tool, any hard tools, we just went with really basic tools. We kind of try to adjust this rectangle that was just a simple rectangle to match the picture beneath a bit better. Now we can zoom in a bit closer, and instead of grabbing points, we can actually grab line and push this line to match the actual shape. And if something is popping out like that, we can of course still modify the point. If you misplace your points, you will see it, and then you can move them. Alright. I will need one more point here. Moving this down, and it's showing me that I need to add point here as well. You can also, in some cases, move those control points at your nodes. So That will also help us to reshape this a bit. I'm pressing spacebar to move myself around while I'm still zoom in. Alright, this one should be curvy as well to get this statue-like feel. If I push this line inside here, wow, that's even better than expected, almost good I would say. And this way, very quickly, without any pen tool, we can modify that shape. And the best part is non-destructive, so I can pull here, push there, try. So trials and errors are totally fine. And then I will add a new point here, new point here. Now we're dealing with facial details, so maybe zoom in even closer, just like that. Alright, I think I need extra point here. Then I grab the line. One more point here. As you see, more details required more points. That's usually a case. Alright. Here as well. Extra point, just click on the line. Extra point, just click on the line. Alright, and we almost back to the top. We almost back here. Okay, that's our first pass. Let's zoom out a bit and take a look. That's a not bad job, and keep in mind we did not use a pen tool in that case. So what I like to do is what I call a second pass. This way I don't need to be too serious when I'm just making that shape. It's like sculpting, we can go 1, 2, 3 times to make it even better. So I think I will go one more time, but before that a quick check. So I will switch off image and turn this shape to be black and take a look. It's not bad. What we can do now, we can inspect those points we add, and some of those points are too sharp, like this one. We got spiky points, so we're going to turn those points, like over here, this point, we're going to turn those points to be round points, and then we are done. So let's turn this image back and try to turn those points. So now we'll focus on the areas that got points on them. So like here, this is a very sharp point. I want this to be less sharp, so I can use the menu at the top and convert this from sharp to smooth. Keep in mind, it may mess up what you already did in some cases, and then you will need to add extra point or just balance this out like that. Keep in mind, this try to balance itself. Take a look, I push it down, it's balancing itself, you see it? If you want to avoid that action, we need to use unbalanced point, so smart point, and this way I will be able to adjust this guy by pressing Option. If you press Option on your keyboard or Alt in Windows, you will be able to unbalance them, and that's the way if you're changing from smooth to a sharp thing. So let's use the smart option now and make some final changes to those points. And as you can see, that's our additional action we can take here to make it even smoother. Like here, those 2 points are kind of not balanced and it's ruined this angle here, so I wanna modify this slightly, even though it will not follow exactly the image under I believe in that case we can change this a little bit to get a smoother line, especially if you're going to cut it on a machine. You want to avoid like very hard turns. Alright, that's nice here. I will add extra point here for extra detail. That's nice, that's good enough. How about this area? We can work with that, I think. That's not bad. Relocating points, moving them up and down a little bit, this may also help to make the line smoother. Keep in mind that's just a last pass, third pass. We already create a shape that is decent, and now we are kind of playing around to see that we can make it even better. So if you are happy with the result, you can end up this right now. If you want to try to challenge yourself, you can make extra pass like I'm doing right now. And this one, yeah, that's way too far. That's why it's so sharp here. Okay, let's make it a bit smoother here. Alright, I like it better this way, and I will add extra point to cover this area. So that was a missing point. And now I covered it up. And this one seems way too long as well. A little bit lower. And I will add extra point here. Alright, that's nice, not bad. Here, extra point will do, I think. Then one extra here. Nice. We are dealing with some hard texture, so I'm going to add some points here. This way we can add more texture to it. Like it's going up and down, a bit wavy, huh? Alright. So I need extra details here. Now I'm adding them in my last pass. Now it's time to add whatever you need to add. We hope to finish up on this pass. I don't want to do it again and waste my time. Okay. Playing with this line, I adding points, moving them left and right to give them a wavy look. Take a look, it's wavy look now. I don't want that. If you kind of mess up like this, you can simply undo. So Command Z. If you got too many nodes like here together, you press delete on your keyboard and this point will be gone. Alright, extra point here, why not? We are creating this wavy texture now. So I click to add more points to it. Alright. Pretty simple process. And I will need to end up nicely here. As you can see, I cannot kind of grasp her style. We cannot see it. Our image will end around this area, so I will need to think about how to finish this nicely. So I think I will need to cut this a bit higher, so I get removing some of those points. So delete, as I show you, will do. Delete here. Alright, then I can make it a bit curvy at the end. That should be fine. Okay, and again I will do the same thing for this side of her hairstyle. To make it a bit wavy, I need to add multiple points and relocate them a bit. As I mentioned, this is really beginner friendly way because you can take your time. I'm using node tool. I'm moving nodes, I'm adding new nodes, I'm pulling lines using node tool. There's no pen tool involved, and in that case, when we can already see the shape, that's usually easier for us. We don't need to imagine where the line will be with the pen tool. We can see the line already. It's just in the wrong spot, so we can move it, we can pull it as we want to match our needs, match our design. All right, almost there. How about this part? One extra here, and I think we are done. Let's unzoom. That's nice. Now I will switch off the visibility of this image, turn this to be pure black and 100 opacity, and here it is. We make a very nice cut out portrait. It's fully vectorized, so now we can export this as SVG without any troubles. If you select this, you can click File, Export, and select SVG format to get this as vector without the backdrop. We can also select this one, selection only, so this image will be not too big, we just get the vector size. And now we are ready to export our new creation to SVG, and then you can use it as you want to in your further projects. Alright, let's click export, and that's how you can create silhouette portrait yourself based on the reference image without using a pen tool. So it's also possible. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!